Hello. Happy Friday. At least I'm recording this on a Friday. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone is doing great. And I hope you have had a wonderful January so far. I know I have not really been active on here for a while now. I think the last time that I actually posted a video was the end of December for the New Year's resolutions and everything, and ever since then I've just disappeared from the face of earth in terms of these kind of videos. I've just been streaming and everything else. Like I said, I hope you all are having a wonderful January, even though January is almost gone. It's another week and then it's February. And yeah, my January so far has been okay-ish. I've just been going through a big rut, unable to fix it because I have no idea how to fix it. I genuinely don't know how to fix this rut that I've been in ever since the start of December, and it's just carried into January too. But on the bright side, I'm starting a job on February 10th, and I'm finally going to be making my own money, which I think I also mentioned on my New Year's resolutions that I wanted to be financially more stable and stuff. And I found a job. I found a job 2 weeks after I posted that video. It's crazy, really, because I work from home and it's I think it's not going to be as stressful and as scary as I imagine it to be. So I'm really hoping that that's the case, and I'm really excited to see what the job's gonna be like. My training is starting next month, and from then on, we'll see. Now let's get into the actual reason why we're here. So I've been wanting to talk about toxic relationships overall. Now, I don't know how I'm going to structure this video. I have no script, I have no anything. I'm just going to start talking, and I have no idea what I'm going to exactly talk about. I kind of have it planned out, but also not really. So I'm just going to start by talking about my experiences toxic relationships, and I'm going to talk about romantic relationships specifically because I have another video planned out for toxic friends and toxic friendships. So I'm going to stick to toxic relationships, and I'm going to start from very, very long ago. I was with a guy, and okay, so how I'm going to start it is I'm probably just going to share my experiences, and then I'm going to share the lessons that I've learned, and then I'm going to talk about overall what to do, So I was young, I was pretty young, I was a preteen, honestly, I think, yeah. And I was with this guy, and he was very obviously manipulating me. He was very much obviously trying to use my own vulnerabilities against me. And it was obvious, and it kept going on for 4 months like this. And then he decided to get the fuck out, because he knew he was doing bad shit. He knew he was fucking doing bad shit, so he just fucking dipped. Entirely. He just entirely fucking dipped. He was like, yeah, no. So he dipped. But I don't remember exactly if it is him who dipped. I think it is him who dipped me. Because of the whole situation that was going on between me and him. But I think I also was fuck off. After a while I was fuck off. And the thing is, he did fuck off. And the thing that I learned from being with someone who was taking advantage of me in every single way he could, is that don't let them do it. You know, like, um the best thing to do in these kind of situations is like to already have the ability to like not be able to let someone manipulate you and be able um to leave, which is I think why a lot of people also talk about detachment. Like in situations like these, you need to see things from the perspective of a third person. You cannot do that. Like you cannot leave a relationship while seeing it from your own perspective. Like you need to try and seeing it from like a third person's perspective. Like see how the relationship is like through someone else's lenses. So like basically completely detach yourself from this situation, from this person, even for just a bit, just so that you can see how bad the situation is, so that you can see what exactly it is that you need to do in order to like better the situation for yourself. Whether it means fixing things with that person if possible, or just leaving, you know? Like sometimes the best thing that you can do for yourself, the other person, and the relationship is to leave, because it's not going to work out otherwise, especially if you don't see the other person like trying to like do anything to better themselves. And um yeah, I just really think that it is important to like see the situation from a third person's perspective, so that you can adjust the like so that you can deal with the situation accordingly. Now for the second story, I'm going to go like not even that far away, like a year later. Um right? Oh my god, it is a year later. Oh, I'm so sorry now. I'm just thinking about how long ago this is. Like these situations are like 7 years ago and 6 years ago, and it was crazy that I'm talking about that after like 6 years. So I get into this relationship with this guy, and we're in an on and off relationship for like 3 years. I was also a preteen when it started, but it ended when I was almost out of my teens, pretty much. But yeah, we lasted for like almost 3 years. No, over 3 years, like almost 3.5 years we lasted. And um, the problem in this relationship was the, I like to call it the naivety of him about a lot of situations in his life, and also how he always wanted to please his ego every single time, which made him prioritize people that were not actually good people, you know? They were obviously like mean people, and like people that liked to make fun of others, and like if they didn't like someone they would trash talk them and stuff. And he still let them be part of his life. And like these people were like trash talking me, you know, and I was his girlfriend. And I told him because someone from their friend group told me. So he knew that they were trash talking me. And he kept being around them, and he decided that they were more important than his at the time girlfriend, which I think prioritizing your friends over a relationship that may not even last makes sense. But when, you know, your partner is obviously like seeing some things that you're not seeing, and you don't actually see what's going on, like you don't fucking open your eyes and see what the fuck's going on, yeah, I don't think that that's nice, you know. It's not nice, not because the person is your partner, but because you are literally blind. You choose to be blind about a situation simply because you don't want to be alone, or you don't like want to like understand that there's better things for you. So you just choose the friends that you already have with you that are shitty over finding people that will actually respect you and be nice to you and respect the partners that you may have, you know? Which is why, after over 3 years, I broke things off for good. And honestly, it was a decision that I'm very proud of that I did, because I actually came to realize that situation was so bad, because he was bringing out the worst in me through his behaviors and his inability to actually understand what was going on. So I would end up behaving in ways I did not want to behave in, simply because he was putting me into such like situations in which I genuinely could not like keep my fucking calm, you know? There were like situations that would make my blood boil and stuff. And I would end up getting the blame for it, which, okay, yeah, I was getting fucking pissed off, but I don't think he ever actually understood how naive and um how much of a people pleaser he actually was, and how much of an ego boost he needed for like anything he were to do. Because I knew that like in his primary school years he would hang out with people that would be bullies, and he would be friends with them, and he would also bully people simply because he wanted to have friends and he wanted to fit in. Which, okay, it's primary school, but right now we're talking about a guy that was like 18 at the time. Like when we ended our relationship, he was 18. Like, brother, wake the fuck up, maybe, you know? Yeah. And now the the best way to deal with such situations is literally straight the fuck up, tell them. Straight the fuck up, tell them, you know, like if they're being overly naive, fucking tell them. Like straight up tell them the whole situation. No sugarcoating, no anything. And if they don't want to hear, then there's nothing to do. Like, get the fuck out. Like, I made the mistake of constantly keeping up with that bullshit, and I kept on excusing his behavior for whatever reason. I excused his behavior, and I came to realize that I was torturing myself just because I wanted to hope that he was gonna do better, and he didn't do better. He kept on disappointing. So yeah, if he's not doing like, if he doesn't actually fix his behavior, then he needs to get the fuck out, because we're wasting too much of our time trying to hope that someone is going to do better, and hoping that they actually make a change for the better, and then we keep on seeing them not doing that, which is shit. You know, it really is shit, and it's bullcrap. And the best thing to do in these situations is really just walk away, because if they don't change for their partner, they're probably not gonna change for. I mean, actually, if they don't see what's wrong, then they're obviously not gonna change, because they don't even know what the fuck's going on with them. They just don't wanna listen, you know? So, yeah, we keep it at that. Now, third story and last story, and then we can overall like talk about this like relationships and stuff. Fast forward to like a bit over half a year after I ended things with that partner, I start talking with another guy, and we end up dating and stuff. Things were going well for the first month, as they always do. And then I'm starting to realize, like, not really realize, I'm seeing him do things that are not really the best. he he always had this thing, because he was a few years older than me. He always had this thing of constantly reminding me that um I'm younger than him, and he constantly have had to fucking um brag about the fact that he's smarter than me, and that I'm never going to be as smart as him. Like, you're smart, but you're not gonna be smarter than me because you're younger than me and stuff. And he was also an homophobe. He didn't want to say that, but his actions said that. So that was more than enough to tell me a lot of things. But he was portraying it in such a way, as in, I'm not an homophobe, I just have a problem with the gays. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but like, he was portraying it in such a way that made it seem like he wasn't really an homophobe, like he was trying to be like reasonable, but he wasn't reasonable. Turns out that he was just a fucking extremist dumb bitch. Um oh my god, I really just said that, but really, really, that's what it really was if you think about it. Cause his way of talking about these like topics was, he would go on and on. Like, he didn't have a problem even going as far as having a fight with someone about these things, because somehow he had to be the one that was right, you know. And he was also a tad bit racist, considering he was calling himself the blackest white person, and um the fact that he would say the N word every two sentences, if not every two words. It's like as bad. It's like he would say that as much and as he would say the the K. Oh my god, how the fuck do I to explain that? It's not a slur because you can't really say that as a slur, but like fuck, I'm fucking stuck. Like, for those of you people that are Polish, for example, because he's Polish too, that ex of mine is Polish too. You know how much you guys say the K word, right? Yeah. He would say the N word as much as he would say that word. And I don't want to say it on here because, okay, I'm cursing in English, but I'm not going to curse in a different language right now, so I'm just going to say it like that. So it was really bad. And he somehow literally brainwashed me into thinking he wasn't that bad of a person, because he would always use the argument of, I'm older than you, I'm smarter than you, I know better than you, you know? And like, his behavior was straight up trying to not take advantage of me. It wasn't exactly taking advantage of me. He was trying to like control certain behaviors of me, you know? He was controlling. He wasn't like taking advantage of me specifically, but like, he was controlling certain behaviors of mine, because he simply didn't like them, or simply because, like, yeah. And like, when I literally went to the point where I couldn't even function properly because I was struggling a lot, he just dipped. He just literally said, I want to break up with you because you have problems. Like, he made breaking up a bigger problem, honestly. For the next like 7 months, I couldn't even study for school. Like, trying to study was goddamn awful. I couldn't even study. I mean, okay, in the end I ended up like giving up on like going to uni in Greece, but like, even at the time that I was like actually like still trying to like study and stuff, I couldn't. I could not study because all I was thinking about was him and the whole things that happened. Like, I felt horrible for months because he literally made me think that he was a better person than he actually was. And when I did actually realize that his behavior was like dickhead behavior, I wrote him a 4,000 word text, I think, confronting him about everything, and he just blocked me everywhere. He said like, I'm self-centered and stuff, and he blocked me. And then he went over to Alex because I was actually talking with Alex about that ex of mine, and we were talking about it and stuff, and he helped me realize that his behavior was not it. And I confronted him, and then he blocked me everywhere, and he went over to Alex and started saying shit about me. And the only thing that I don't even remember what exactly Alex had said. I would have to look over through the fucking screenshots. But I think he said that I did a good thing, like confronting him about stuff. Like, yeah, it was a difficult time for me, to be honest, and it feels crazy that that was like 2 years ago now, you know? Like, it was 2 years ago when I started talking to that guy, and a year ago when I started talking more with Alex and stuff, you know? And I think, like, okay, my biggest advice for toxic relationships is always, like, see things from a third person perspective and then try to fix the situation. And if the situation is not fixable, leave. And, like, leave because, when you've tried to, like, fix things and things aren't getting fixed, like, there is not much to do overall. Like, that guy, he was very stubborn. He wouldn't be able to make a change for the better. Even if I went through 1,000 conversations with him, he would stick to the fact that there's nothing to do. You would recommend therapy, he would say therapists are shit, which he did say. You would tell him that he needs to, like, better his behavior through whatever. He would say no. I mean, I don't know what he had. Maybe he had health problems too, but he never went to check them. Like, he like, had issues with his weight already, and he wouldn't go to get them checked out. Like, his own health, like, that already showed a lot, to be honest. Like, he didn't even care enough to go to the doctor and see if something was wrong with him. And to say that it was money-wise a problem, it wasn't. Because first of all, the country that he lives in is in the European Union. Number two, he has a job, so he has insurance. So that wasn't even a problem either. So I realized that someone who doesn't actually take care of themselves and their own health to see if something is wrong with themselves, like physically or even mentally, what am I doing with that person? What am I doing with that person? I mean, their relationship lasted like 4 months. So the issue, like the longest issue with that person wasn't even during the relationship, it was after. Because, like, I just kept feeling horrible from like July to like January, almost like February. Like, I messaged him on February, so like almost 7 months. So these 7 months were the worst part, to be fair, because I was just feeling horrible for months. I was struggling to study. I was struggling to pretty much do anything. I didn't have a lot of distractions because I had to be focused at school, and school was always something that I struggled with. Like, putting myself through studying and actually, like, remembering stuff after, like, middle school. Like, I struggled to do that a lot. And realizing that that person was not good to me at all, and that he was actually having dickhead behavior, made me actually dip. Like, I didn't want to dip, but, like, he ditched me after I confronted him. Like after the whole thing, I was terribly sad because, like, he blocked me and everything. And then I realized that his own ego could not take the criticism from a woman because he was misogynistic. And it's not just me saying that, because he, like, after he broke up with me, he tried getting closer with my best friend. Like, he literally tried getting her to play games with him for the excuse of being on a call with her and shit. And yeah, she also told me some terrifying stories about him and stuff. And yeah, we came to the realization that he's quite misogynistic, and that yeah, like, we managed to see where the issue was overall with him. Like, also the fact that he was talking to a lot of girls, which is not the problem. The problem is the way he would talk to them, you know? Like, he would compliment, for example, my best friend the same way he would compliment me, his girlfriend, which already explains a lot. So I always had this feeling that he was going to go and cheat on me, which, even though he would say, no, I'm not gonna cheat on you, his actions, like the way he was talking to other girls, would show otherwise. Like, he would probably just, he wouldn't even call it like a cheating situation or anything. Like, I feel like he would probably be the type of person to do something with another girl and say it was no biggie and it wasn't cheating, which is, I know, going overboard. But when you're with someone already and you see how they act, you know, you kind of feel like they would be the kind of person to do that thing, based on like the way that they talk to other people and stuff of like the same gender as their partner, which got me to realize a lot of things, which is why I ended up with Alex in the first place. Because, unrelated to like toxic relationships, but I met Alex slightly before I met that ex of mine. I met them through the same server on Discord, but like, I met Alex around November of 2022. I started talking to that guy around January of 2023. And for the longest time, I thought that Alex was the kind of person that my ex ended up being. And I thought that my ex was the kind of person that Alex ended up being, which is why I like ended up with that guy back then in the first place. Because like, if I knew what kind of person he actually was, and I knew what kind of person Alex actually was, I wouldn't have gone with that guy in the first place, you know? Kind of makes sense, but like, I didn't know that at the time. But yeah, honestly, if he's being shit to you and he's not trying to fix himself up, like better himself, yeah, just dip. And this goes for anyone, you know, whether it's a woman, whether it's a man, whatever, you know, it's whoever it is. If someone is being shit to someone else and they don't own up to that, and they don't make a change for the better, like they don't actively try to be a better person, dip. Because it's only going to hurt you more, and it's only going to make the situation more stressful for you, and it's going to make you like feel like more sad and stuff too, you know, because you're going to be expecting someone to change that is obviously not going to change, and it's just going to hurt you more and more. So, I think that is all I had to talk about in this video. I know it was mostly just me and storytelling, but I feel like through talking about our experiences, we're able to relate to people more, which is why I like doing storytelling podcast videos and stuff, because I think that by talking about my experiences, people are going to see that I'm not just talking, you know, like, oh, do this and do that and do better and stuff. Like, people actually, you know, we realize that this person actually has some experiences and stuff. So I'm going to be seeing you guys again next time for my next video, which I'm hoping to record soon. And up until then, have a great rest of your week. Have a great rest of your month. Have a great start to February if I don't have a video up by the start of February, and see you guys next time.